Sinomach excavator monitor operation training 2 of 3. Sinomach excavators have 3 monitors with different displays. The display area mainly includes instruments, alarm lights and indicator lights, which respectively indicate the operation, abnormality and working status of the machine. However, the monitor does not fully guarantee the status of the machine. Daily inspection and maintenance are also required according to the requirements. Names and functions of display area icons. Insert the key and turn on the power, the monitor's display will light up, and then you will be introduced to the names and functions of each icon one by one. Working hours meter displays the actual working hours of the excavator. System voltage displays the current system voltage value. Pilot safety lock. When the pilot safety lever is raised, the pilot safety lock icon is in the unlocked state, and the whole machine can move at this time. When the pilot safety lever is lowered, the pilot safety lock icon is in a locked state, and the whole machine cannot move at this time. Gear displays the throttle gear corresponding to the throttle knob. There are 10 gears in total. Boost, under normal conditions, this icon is white. The icon lights up when the force is automatically increased via manual buttons or working system. This feature is non-standard configuration. Air filter, when the intake resistance of the air filter increases, the icon turns red and prompts air filter clogged, please check. At the same time, the buzzer sounds and a fault record is made. Under normal conditions, this icon is white. Cooling water level is low, under normal conditions, this icon is white, this function is optional. When the water level in the engine radiator drops, the icon turns red and prompts the cooling water level is low, please check. At the same time, the buzzer sounds and a fault is recorded. Preheating indication, this icon is white in non-preheating state. When the key switch is turned to the preheating position, the icon turns red and prompts preheating in progress. Low oil pressure, under normal conditions, this icon is white. When the engine oil pressure is low, the icon turns red and prompts low oil pressure, please check. At the same time, the buzzer sounds and records the fault. GPS alarm, under normal conditions, this icon is white. When GPS-related abnormalities occur, the icon turns red and text prompts, while the buzzer sounds. Automatic warm-up, after the engine is started, if the coolant temperature is less than or equal to 10 degrees Celsius, the system will enter the automatic warm-up state. When the water temperature is greater than or equal to 30 degrees Celsius or it enters the warm-up state for 3 minutes, it will exit the automatic warm-up state. Oil-water separation alarm, under normal conditions, this icon is white. When there is too much water in the oil-water separator, the icon turns red and prompts oil-water separation alarm, please check. At the same time, the buzzer sounds and a fault record is made. At this time, the oil-water separator needs to be drained. Maintenance alarm, when the machine reaches the maintenance time, the icon turns red. Time or alarm content prompt, when the system is not in alarm state, this area displays the current time. When the system has an alarm signal, the alarm text prompt content will be displayed. Engine tachometer indicates the current engine speed value. The display range is 0-3000 rpm. The white section is the normal working section, and the red section is the alarm section. When the engine speed is greater than or equal to 2350 rpm, the icon turns red and prompts engine speed too fast, please check. At the same time, the buzzer sounds and records the fault. Under normal conditions, this icon is white. Fuel level gauge indicates the current fuel level. Display range, 0 to 100%. The white segment is the normal working segment, and the red segment is the alarm segment. When the fuel level is less than or equal to 5%, the icon turns red and prompts low fuel level, please check, while the buzzer sounds. Under normal conditions, this icon is white. Hydraulic oil temperature gauge indicates the current temperature of hydraulic oil, with a display range of 40 to 120 degrees Celsius. The white section is the normal working section, and the red section is the alarm section. When the hydraulic oil temperature is greater than or equal to 90 degrees Celsius, the icon turns red and prompts hydraulic oil temperature is high, please check. At the same time, the buzzer sounds and a fault record is made. Under normal conditions, this icon is white. Cooling water temperature gauge indicates the current temperature of the engine coolant. The display range is 40 to 120 degrees Celsius. The white section is the normal working section, and the red section is the alarm section. When receiving a high water temperature alarm message from the engine ECM, water temperature greater than or equal to 107 degrees Celsius. The icon in the instrument panel turns red and prompts high cooling water temperature, please check. At the same time, the buzzer sounds and records the fault. Under normal conditions, this icon is white. Menu button, press the corresponding entity key below to enter the menu. Working mode, the default is S mode. Press the corresponding physical key below to switch the working mode. And the corresponding working mode icon will be displayed after switching. Pattern loop hesitant face is the economy mode, and the maximum engine speed is 1950-2050 rpm. H is in heavy-duty mode, and the maximum engine speed is 2050-2150 rpm. L is in light load mode, and the maximum engine speed is 1850-1950 rpm. B is the crushing mode, and the maximum engine speed is 1700-1800 rpm. Walking mode, the turtle icon corresponds to low-speed walking, while the rabbit icon corresponds to high-speed walking. Press the corresponding entity key below to switch the walking mode, and after switching, the corresponding walking mode icon will be displayed. Auto idle, the default is auto idle allowed mode, and the icon is displayed in bright color. Press the corresponding entity key below to switch to automatic idle inhibit mode, and the icon will be displayed in gray. Silence, in normal state, the icon is displayed in white. After an alarm or prompt signal causes the buzzer to sound, the instrument panel displays a red buzzing icon. Press the corresponding entity key below it to stop the buzzer from sounding and display a red silencing icon. The alarm or prompt signal disappears and a white icon with no alarm status is displayed. Monitor display language device. Press the button below the main interface menu icon. After entering the main menu, there are 6 options to choose from: imaging system, system parameters, usage information, fault recording, user settings, and system settings. Use the arrow keys to select the 5th icon, user settings. After entering the menu, select the second one, language settings. After entering, select the language option you need, here select the English option and confirm. Press the return key to enter the main menu, and then press the return key to enter the main interface of the display screen. Display operations of submenus at various levels. Enter the main menu via the menu key. The main menu has 6 submenus: video system, system info, using info, fault logs, user settings, and system settings. Use the directional keys to select and enter the video system menu. There are 2 submenus, Open Video and Close Video. Click Open Video and the screen will display the camera shooting image. After browsing, use the back button to return to the main menu. Use the directional keys to select and enter the System Info menu. There are 4 submenus: Running Info, Fault Alarm Info, System State Info, and GPS Info. Use the directional keys to select and enter the Running Info. View the system voltage, engine speed, and other parameter values of the current machine. Press the Return button to return to the System Info menu. Use the directional keys to select and enter the Fault Alarm Info, check the fault alarm situation. Use the directional keys to select and enter the System State Info. View the switch status information of the current system operation. Use the directional keys to select and enter the GPS info, view the current GPS status information. After browsing, use the back button to return to the main menu. Use the directional keys to select and enter the Using Info menu. There are 5 submenus: User Notice, Machine Info, Controller Info, Monitor Info, and Maintenance Info. Use the directional keys to select and enter the user notice. View the precautions when operating the machine. Press the Return button to return to the Using Info menu. Use the directional keys to select and enter the machine info. View machine model, machine serial number. Use the directional keys to select and enter the controller info. View the software version number of the monitor. Use the directional keys to select and enter the monitor info. View the monitor diagram NO, monitor serial number, and soft version. Use the directional keys to select and enter the maintenance info. There are 4 submenus: Daily Maintenance Info, Maintenance Items, Period Reset, and Monitor Switch. Use the directional keys to select and enter the Daily Maintenance Info. View maintenance inspection items for 10 hours, 50 hours, 100 hours, and 250 hours. Use the directional keys to select and enter the maintenance items. View the cycle and remaining time information for each maintenance item. Use the directional keys to select and enter the period reset. Choose whether to restore default cycle information. Use the directional keys to select and enter the monitor switch. Select whether to monitor information for each maintenance item. After browsing, use the back button to return to the main menu. Use the directional keys to select and enter the fault logs menu. There are 2 submenus: Machine Fault and Engine Fault. Use the directional keys to select and enter the machine fault. View the historical faults, fault codes, content, and system time at the time of occurrence of the entire machine. Use the directional keys to select and enter the machine fault. View the historical faults, fault codes, content, and system time at the time of occurrence of the entire machine. After browsing, use the back button to return to the main menu. Use the directional keys to select and enter the user settings menu. There are 7 submenus: Clock Adjust, Language Set, Brightness Set, Key Tip, Throttle Set, Second Class Auto Idle Settings, and Boom Priority Settings. Use the directional keys to select and enter the clock adjust. Set individual items such as year, month, day, hour, and minute for the current system time. Use the directional keys to select and enter the language set. Choose the language for displaying operations as needed. Use the directional keys to select and enter the brightness set. Adjust the brightness of the monitor display screen. Use the directional keys to select and enter the key tip. Check the on/off status of the current button sound. Select on or off to set the button sound effect on or off. Use the directional keys to select and enter the throttle set. There are 3 submenus: Auto Throttle Settings, Manual Throttle Settings, and Throttle Knob Settings. Enter Auto Throttle Settings. This function is usually run after a long period of use of the device to calibrate the throttle, and the entire process is completed automatically without intervention. Enter Manual Throttle Settings. This function is for emergency use, which means to temporarily control the throttle in case of damage or failure of the throttle knob. Under normal circumstances, users do not need to operate this function. Enter Throttle Knob Settings, set according to the prompts. Use the directional keys to select and enter the second-class auto idle settings. Press the left and right keys to operate, confirm whether to close or open, and then press the return key to return. If the device detects no action on the handle for 5 seconds during operation, the speed will automatically decrease to 3rd gear. If there is no action for another 25 seconds, the speed will decrease to 1st gear, which is a 2nd-level automatic idle. If it is turned off, the device will only decrease to 3rd gear. Use the directional keys to select and enter the boom priority settings. Press the left and right keys to operate, confirm whether to close or open, and then press the return key to return. The System Settings menu is not open for access.